Activision's Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3 is now available for Xbox, PC, and PS3. I'm playing it on the Xbox 360. And this is basically the first 10 minutes of gameplay. I just popped the game in, did the patches, selected where I was going to store my saved games, and started playing. And I jumped right into the multiplayer, so you'll be able to see that. I also installed and purchased the Elite expansion that gives you the first 3 DLCs over the next 9 months and 1 year of access to the statistics. This is a $50 add-on, and you'll see at the end of the video that at least as of today, the experience could leave a little bit to be desired. Hopefully they'll get the bugs worked out of that. I thought $50 was reasonably expensive, but considering that most of the DLCs are $15 and you're guaranteed to get 3 of them, that's $45. And $5 to be able to see and share my statistics was not a big deal, especially since I was going to do a review to see whether or not you guys would like it. So hopefully you'll be appreciative that I blew $50 when I could have picked up the DLCs individually for $15 a piece. At least I think they're going to be $15 a piece. It might be a savings if they're $20 a piece, but based on previous pricing, it probably isn't an amazing deal. It's just an all right deal. First time you play through the game, you've got to set through all of these horizontal and vertical margins and set your brightness. That's going to vary per your system. On my particular system, I have no margins, so everything goes all the way to the edges. You get asked whether or not you want to see the civilians die and the disturbing content. I was trying to record this, and so I wasn't on the screen, so I said that I didn't want to see the bad things. Ask me later. It warns you that you should probably play through the campaign before you play through the multiplayer. There's 3 modes of play. There's the multiplayer, the special ops, and the campaign. And probably playing through the campaign would be a good thing if you hadn't played previous Call of Duties. But having played through most of the other Call of Duty series, I didn't figure it was a big deal. Picking out where I'm going to save things, and this is me downloading and installing the Call of Duty Elite. If you purchase it at Best Buy, it's $50, and you get a little code on your receipt so that you can enter it and do the install. I entered the code on Xbox.com. It's just easier. They send you an email when you purchase it, and you just copy and paste the the registry key, and go to Xbox.com, accounts, redeem code, and do that. Setting your options real fast. I didn't want to have it set to the very low sensitivity. I plan about an 8 because of the controller that I have. So, yeah. Find a match. Find a match was reasonably fast. They've now got standard and advanced playlists, which I thought was a little odd. Jumping into the game works real well. Your first time out, you get to choose from 4 classes. That's because you're basically level 1. But you advance fairly quickly. You'll see that I advanced to level 3 after just 1 round of play. The MK46 that I'm running here, I think that's what the designation was, is not that different from the M60 from the previous games. So I picked it up and just started rolling. You'll see later that I went 10 deaths for 11 kills, which is not a particularly good game, but considering it was my first time playing on this level with this gun in this environment in a new game that I've never played before, it wasn't bad. See, I got a double kill there. See, not bad for my first 2 minutes of gameplay. The environments are great looking, and they have a nice feel to them. This is a shopping mall, and they've done a really great job with all of the details. There's enough outside that you can step outside and do some stuff. There's a section that looks like a crate and barrel. There's some restaurants. There's a, food court. There's a security office. All of the things that you would expect in a mall are represented here. So the level feels, to me, more real than a lot of the other levels have in the past. And it's got a nice size because you can go close quarters in most of these environments because there's enough stuff in the way. But there's also large open spaces, so you can pick people off from a distance. And there's advantages and disadvantages in both of those. So I thought that the feel of the level was much better than it has been in some of the previous, and certainly better than Black Ops. I enjoyed Modern Warfare 2 a lot more than I enjoyed Black Ops, really because of how the levels were laid out. Black Ops levels really seemed like they were optimized for, I'm going to run around with a shotgun or a close or medium range weapon, and didn't have the ability to really play as, a sniper. And you can see here, I'm picking these guys off from, and getting picked off from quite a distance. And you wouldn't have been able to do that with a shotgun, but there are plenty of those close quarters spaces, like whatever the crate and barrel clone is, where there was a lot of reason to have a close range weapon. And I really like that balanced feel that doesn't advantage or disadvantage anyone. Black Ops started to get that with some of the DLC that they added, but it just wasn't as integrated into the game, and they didn't have the balance quite right. And I think, at least from playing the couple of levels that I've played so far, Modern Warfare 3 does a great job of that. It also seems that Modern Warfare 3 has done a pretty good job of helping you out when things start to go wrong. Like, I didn't have to get a huge kill streak in order to get the counter UAV. I don't actually know what it was that I did that got me the counter UAV, but I got a counter UAV for, just playing. And later I'll pick up one of the helicopters that I didn't even know how to fly. But, my first time out, I'm getting rewards. It's not like my first time out was with Black Ops or Modern Warfare, where you didn't feel like you were accomplishing anything. You had this sense of, hey, I just got my ass kicked, and then I'd respawn and get my ass kicked again. This one, because of some of the death streaks that come up when I, got killed too many times in a row, I got a speed perk that made me faster temporarily. And yes, here you'll see I'm going to camp for a little bit. And I don't camp for very long, so I don't feel bad about it. But there's some nice hiding spots, and because people don't know the levels yet, you can still get away with some stuff. But, clearly I should have been a sniper, not playing with this particular weapon and sniping people, but that's a pretty decent range, and it's a long ways to the end of the hallway that I'm looking down. This is a big map compared to a lot of the levels that we've played on previously. On the guns, I haven't played with all of them because I'm just getting started, but the guns seem to feel more accurate. And I don't know whether that's just what I picked up or what it is, but the tracking was much smoother. I was able to follow targets more easily than I have in previous games, and it feels more polished than Black Ops did. Yeah, see here, I'm being a camper. I'm not moving. There's nobody happening. You can see the people above me on the radar. And then someone owns me because I was camping. The smoke and fire also looks better in this game than they did in previous ones. It's more volumetric. It doesn't have that kind of just stuck-on 2D feel. And the font that they've chosen for some of the heads-up display stuff is, I think, better. It's thinner, but it's still easy to read. It doesn't get in the way. Fit and finish stuff has been improved quite a bit. And I like that there are spots like this where you can creep up on people. You can start low so that you don't have a whole lot of exposure, but you can see well. There's also more posters and more personalization to the level. Here I got the helicopter, but I need to read the manual because I have no idea how I launched the dumb helicopter, which wasn't a big deal because the game was over. But I finally get it off, and then the game ends. So, but some guy got a triple kill there. So then, standard ending. You get to see the last kill of the game. You get to see your stats. Those will pop up here in a second. And then as soon as this is over, I'll show you my horrible experience with the Call of Duty Elite bits that were the add-on that cost $50. But yeah, see, first round, new title, new emblem, new rank, a couple of new classes. So you progress fairly fast getting started. So I sped this up to 5x, but this is basically my first 15 minutes of trying to play with the Call of Duty Elite functions, which aren't really working very well right now. You get a lot of logging in. You get a lot of errors about, hey, you haven't confirmed your email, even after I had confirmed my email. And then even after I got logged in, see, it's like, yay, you're logging in, and then nothing. It'll just spin and spin and spin. And then realize that I've sped this up by 5x. So the amount of time that it's showing there is a lot, faster than what I was actually waiting for. And I have no idea why I left that on the screen. Oh, yeah, I remember. Anyway, I thought I was going to wait for it to time out and see it. Just errors, logging in. Yeah, I know. This is boring. But I want you to see what I spent my $50 on. This is important stuff. This part was as expensive as the actual game, and I guess that's what's frustrating to me, is that you expect that if you spend $50 that you get something for it. And, I realize I'm going to get my 3 DLCs later. I accept the terms of service. Then it tells me, hey, ta-da. Nope. Nothing. Crash. Yeah. See? Not a whole lot of fun. And when I finally did get it logged in, I couldn't really see anything, and it just kept crashing. And so it's apparently not ready for prime time yet, which is disappointing because it's $50. But I wanted you to see that it isn't working and why I was frustrated with it. But, yeah.